and welcome on the Watches TV. We're here at the EPHJ trade fair for the suppliers of the watchmaking industry, and we're here with our good friend, Mr. Peter Speake-Marin, the Naked Watchmaker, which today, unfortunately, he's not totally true to his name, but maybe a bit later. So anyhow, we're here. This is an incredible fair. I just love being here. Tell us, what do you think of the pertinence of such an event?
The EPHJ as a service that it provides is, for me, one of the most interesting exhibitions that I actually visit. And the reason for that is that ideas are very easy. But the most complicated part in actually realizing the final product is the process. And to get to the end of that process, you need to know the companies who are based here. And the business, the technology changes so quickly. The manners, the ways, the systems, the techniques are changing every year. Not every 5 years, but they're changing constantly. And here is the place where you get to see what they do, to discuss directly with the different individuals, to see samples, but all in one place, without traveling all over Switzerland or all over Europe. And I love it. I love it. It's the process which motivates me almost more so than the actual product.
And obviously we have all the different jobs of watchmaking that are represented here, and some of them are competitors sometimes, but you do feel some kind of solidarity between all these players.
Indeed. I mean, it's regardless of the volume when it comes to the size of the business financially, the actual business is very small. Yeah. And it's incredibly specialized, which is why this exhibition exists, because even the big companies who can execute most of the development and the manufacturing inside their own workshops, inside their own factories, they can't do everything. And I think that there were a lot of big companies who were trying to do everything internally for very practical reasons, but at the very end of the day, the realization was they know how to do it, but they can't do it as well, as efficiently, maybe as price consciously, as somebody who has been doing the same job for the last 5, 10 or 20 years. Mm-hmm. And I can see it as almost working from the outside looking in. I see it more and more. Synergies which are developed between companies. And that is something possibly which is actually more evident today than maybe it was 5 years ago or longer. As important as the business is, it's the people that make the business. And I love that. Yeah. That's one of the things that actually fascinates me and keeps me motivated. It's the individuals who make the business.
And another thing that I noted that is quite interesting is that, I mean, for some of these people here that were almost exclusively relying on watchmaking brands to make their business function, now they're realizing that, okay, maybe we have also to kind of think of where we could apply some of our skills and know-how to other type of industries. And it's something that I think is very important for the viability of the entire network that we see here.
Completely. There's, for example, if I turn that around, when you have education in Switzerland, you have like micromechanics. And I always associate micromechanics with the foundations of watchmaking, because the components, CNC, CAD, everything that is required under micromechanics, or everything which is learned through micromechanics, is used in watchmaking. But the reality is that it can go much further afield. Mm-hmm. And in reverse, there are companies in this industry which are very specialized and kind of hidden. But now, because of the needs to be able to diversify, to be able to scale, they're actually looking outside their direct domain further afield. And I know a number of companies that are doing that. I can't really mention them at this point, but the secrets that are held within the industry, or the wrong word, not secrets, the specialization of skills can be diversified outside. And I think we'll see more and more of that over the incoming years.
Absolutely. But here, I mean, you don't only have high-tech companies present. I mean, there are also traditional artisans that are present, showcasing their skills and so forth. And it's kind of this mix that is really fascinating.
It is. And okay, a very quick anecdote. 20 years ago, I worked for a company called Renaud & Papy in Le Locle. A wonderful company making high-quality, high-level complications. And I have just ran into here one guy that I trained up back then as a watchmaker, and another one who was head of the, the decoration department. And these guys are now working in a company in Le Brennet doing finishing. Yeah. But the finishing that they're doing, like perlage and Geneva stripes, are done beautifully. And now they are injecting new, original, different ways, different forms of decoration. It's something which has been done for 50, 100, 150 years. But they're taking it, they're pushing it into another realm. And it emphasizes part of yours and my own love to what this whole business is about. Yeah, and ultimately, it's about the people. Yeah. And quite often, their perseverance in trying to find things which push the boundaries further out. Yeah. And today, you have to do that. The boundaries have to be pushed. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. And long live the EPHJ and Viva Watchmaking again.